Heyo! Daily! Daily! Tonight Show! Wow! Well, ladies and gentlemen, we just had the midterm elections, but we still, of course, will not know some of the results for at least maybe by 2023. I mean, who really knows those things? And so I can only recommend that you do not fall for the misinformation from the right-wing hate mob that elections can be counted very quickly and efficiently. That's something an election denier would say. And so before we get into what I think is the feel-good story of the year, The New York Times has given us some helpful tips on how to deal with these midterm elections. 5 ways to soothe election stress. Yeah, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. They finally figured it out. And believe me, ladies and gentlemen, I know that normally we have a lot of fun on the show, but I think this is important information. So, number 1, try 5-finger breathing. Trace the outside of your hand with your pointer finger. When you trace up, breathe in, and when you trace down, breathe out. I'm sure some of us could have used that information before watching the Florida election, right, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, that was terrible. Now, on to number 2. Cool down. Plunge your face into a bowl with ice water for 15 to 30 seconds. These are good tips, ladies and gentlemen. These are very good tips. Number 3, move. Even a walk around the block can offer some relief for an uneasy mind. Number 4, breathe like a baby. Focus on expanding your belly as you breathe, which can send more oxygen to the brain. And now, for the final tip, ladies and gentlemen, limit your scrolling. Consider plotting out specific times where you will look for election updates. I know not look at your phone 24/7? I know it's difficult, ladies and gentlemen, but this is the New York Times. If anyone knows how to help us, it would be the New York Times. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now that we've got that out of the way, on to what I promised was the feel-good story of the year. The Ontario School Board determines that a busty, biologically male teacher is allowed to wear fetish props to school. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, applause, please. Yes, thank you. This is truly a win for the LGBTQ community. And here we have a picture of the beautiful individual. Why would you not want your children around that? Only the members of the right-wing ultra-MAGA hate mob would have a problem with such beautiful breasts. I know, it's crazy. Now, in other news, a few weeks back, a panel, a focus group was called to discuss January 6th. And of course, this was all right-wing ultra-MAGA hate mob people talking about the day that our democracy was destroyed. And as you may imagine, it was just chock full of misinformation that they probably got from QAnon. And so I felt that it was a good idea that maybe someone like Hugh Donnelly gets the truth out there. Yes, that's me, Hugh Donnelly. Oh no, keep going, yes. So I had my team find a focus group of average Democrats, or as you may know them, normal people to discuss what actually happened on January 6th. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Hugh Donnelly, and today I am here with an amazing group of Americans. That's right, Democrats. It would never be Republicans, am I right? Fascists, all fascists. But today we are going to be discussing some controversial topics that have a lot of misinformation coming from the right-wing hate mob. Today we will be discussing January 6th. And I know, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, you should have been forewarned that that's what we were going to be discussing, but it's worth talking about because the people on the right everything that they say and do is wrong and it's misinformation. So, in the interest of being clear and making sure we get to the truth of the matter, are you or are you not against the destruction of our democracy?
It was a coup. It was a coup.
Insurrection.
I love democracy and Republicans hate
Why
it.
didn't you ask my pronouns?
Listen, as a frontline hero, I am very upset. Well, that is just downright reasonable. I mean, Republicans could never come up with something so clear and concise. And just as we're talking about Republicans and misinformation, were you all aware that a total of 36,000 police officers were murdered on the day of January 6th?
I did know that, and it is shocking.
I love police now.
I knew
Listen,
that.
As a transgender person, this affects me greatly.
Wow, that is truly amazing that we all knew that piece of information. I read it online. It was from a verified source, so you know that it's true. Oh, absolutely. As a frontline worker, a teacher, I see this all the time where Republicans use sources like video evidence instead of verified sources, and it is disgusting. Wow, I am just glad that you are molding the young minds in our nation. What would they do if they didn't have the government there to verify things for them? Well, Hugh, I absolutely agree with you because they told me to. Right? And what more would you need than that? It's not that complicated, Republicans. So I think what we're taking away from this is that on January 6th, the most heinous crime against our nation in the history of all things occurred.
Oh, no, yeah.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. They told me that was the case.
Wow, I am just so glad that we're all smart enough to know that. Republicans are so stupid. It's not hard. I mean, all you have to do is turn on the TV and watch the news. I don't know where they get this stuff from. And now for the last question. Do you believe that anyone who was there or was involved or texted somebody who was there should probably be withheld indefinitely without a trial? Because then, with the government's help, we can stop the rise of fascism in our country, right?
As a frontline worker, I agree with this.
Yes,
I could only agree
yes.
with you more if
A
Rachel
million
Maddow
times.
said it.
I
love when the government takes care of us.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me on another beautiful Friday. My name is Hugh Donnelly. I love you all. Ayo. Daily. Daily. Tonight Show. Wow.